Hello, everybody. Brother Portillo here, ready to tell you another Bible story. And today's story is found in John chapter 12, verses 1 through 8. And this is the story about making choices. Sometimes in life we choose to do the right thing, and sometimes we do or we choose to do the wrong thing. Okay, this is about a brother and two sisters choosing to do, let's say the right thing. Okay, so let's get started. Again, that's John chapter 12, verses 1 through 8. Jesus and his disciples came to Bethany, the village where Jesus' friend Lazarus lived with his sisters. Martha and Mary. Lazarus was the one that Jesus raised from the dead. Lazarus and his sisters gave a special dinner for Jesus at their house. Mary served dinner. Lazarus sat at the table with Jesus. Mary took a pound of an expensive oil called nard. She poured the oil on Jesus' feet and then wiped his feet with her hair. The whole house filled with this rich smell of the perfume. Judas, the disciple who would later help Jesus' enemies arrest him, complained about Mary's actions. Why wasn't this oil sold and the money given to the poor? Judas demanded. He did not care about the poor. He only cared about the money because he was a thief. Judas was the keeper of the disciples' money bag and would help himself to the disciples' money. Jesus said, "Leave her alone. She gave this perfume for the day of my burial. Poor people will always be with you. You will not have me with you always." All right. So we got Lazarus. Remember, that's the one that died, and he was in the tomb for about 3 days. And then Jesus came and he cried for him because he had died, but he resurrected from the dead. Okay. And then we got his sisters, Martha and Mary. Now the story tells us that each one chose to do a thing. Okay. Lazarus chose to sit at the table and talk with Jesus. But Mary, she chose to bring out an expensive bottle of perfume. And I don't know how they would cap it, but the story says that she broke it and anointed Jesus' feet. And the whole room smelled like this oil perfume. Okay. And then her sister Martha chose to serve. She was probably the cook, and she served everyone. So there's your choices right there. Martha chose to serve the meal. Lazarus chose to sit at the table with Jesus and talk. And Mary chose to use this perfume to anoint Jesus' feet. Of course, you know, someone always has to complain about something. We're never going to please everyone. And in this case, Judas was upset and saying that why was this perfume wasted? That you could have sold it and made money and then give the money to the poor. But what we didn't know was that Judas was the one in charge of the money for the disciples. So he would carry a money bag. Like nowadays, we either carry a wallet or the ladies carry a purse. And I've seen some guys carry a man purse. I won't say nothing about that. But yes, he was in charge of the money. And really what he wanted was to have more money in that bag, so that way, you know, he could spend it himself. And I think that's what the story is telling us, that he was a thief, that he, remember that he is the one that went and told the people that were going to arrest him where he was. Okay, and he led them to the garden where Jesus was, and they arrested him. So Judas was more into money, and because of course the story says that he was a thief and he would take it. But Jesus said, hey, leave her alone. Okay, this what she's done, she's prepared for my burial. So Jesus was getting ready to die or be crucified soon. So, and I think there's a story where the ladies are going to the tomb after he's been crucified and put into the tomb. And the ladies, the story says that the ladies were going with some spices and perfume to put on the body. And I believe that they used to do that so that way when the body decomposes, well, it gives off a smell, just like anything that dies. I don't know if you've seen a dead dog or a dead squirrel, and all of a sudden you pass by and ooh, it smells, right? So in this case, this perfume would be anointed on Jesus's body, so that way, or on the dead, so that way it wouldn't smell so bad. And then in those old days, animals would come and smell it and the body, and they would dig it up and have lunch or dinner or whatever you want to call it. But that was the case where these ladies were taking these spices and perfume so that way they could put it on Jesus' body and it wouldn't smell. Okay, so that's our story. Making choices. We choose to follow God, and sometimes we choose not to. Okay, so let's have more days of choosing God's way than our way. Okay. Because our ways are always the wrong ways, okay? And God's way is always the right way, all right? So choose to follow God. Choose to receive Jesus, so that way you're able to follow God and His Word, okay? So remember, we're still with this virus. Remember to wash your hands. Always wash your hands. And when you're going to cough into your elbow or sneeze into your shirt, so that way we keep the germs away from everybody else. All right, guys, I love you and I miss you, and hopefully one day I can see you and we can either, they don't even want us to give high fives anymore, so we can fist pump or say what's up, like that. But all right, we'll see you and be blessed.